How's it hanging with all of you in the Horde? My name's Ryujin383, and today, as per the requests in my previous skin ranking, we will be ranking all of the legendary outfits for Ramattra in this video. Now, because Ramattra is fairly new to Overwatch as a playable character, he doesn't have a lot of legendary skins. And in fact, he has 5. Like, exactly 5, I'm not kidding there. Which means this video is going to be a fairly short ranking. However, because this next part was also requested in the last video, and to also try and make this video a bit longer, I will be doing a ranking of his epic skins in this video too. Now, to be clear, I will not be mixing in the epic skins with the ranking of his legendary skins. We're just gonna rank the epic skins first, and then the legendary, so it's like 2 separate lists in one video. To be honest, I don't consider it really fair to compare the epic skins that are just default skin recolors with slight design changes to the legendary outfits that are entirely different designs from his base look. With that said, that's why we're going to rank them separately, but still have them in the same video. And enough out of me though, let's go ahead and rank all of Ramatra's epic and legendary skins. Also, before we get further in this video, I just want to say if you're enjoying the content and you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button for this channel. I want to try to hit 100 subs by the end of 2023. Would love this channel to keep growing, would love 100 subs. Thanks for subbing if you did, let's get on with the video.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
Starting off the ranking of our epic skins, we have Ramattra's most recent shop exclusive skin drop, the Kabuki Ramattra outfit. This is, in my humble opinion, the worst Ramattra skin on this ranking. The only thing about this outfit that screams Kabuki to me is his little face mask here. And I know that as a pure-blooded American guy that I am not a proper authority to speak on what Kabuki looks like. I just don't see how any of these other color choices used for this basic design recolor fit with Kabuki. If you want an example of a good Kabuki skin, Hanzo got his own Kabuki outfit that was really amazing, and when I did the ranking for all Hanzo's skins, I remember giving it lots of praise. On this Kabuki outfit though, practically none of the colors go together. I don't get why they made most of the body this gold color, and it just takes up space, and it also just hardly covers anything. Like, it's just on the ribcage and random highlights on the body. I don't know why they didn't go with this red or white color here for the rest of the body as the main color, because even then, this gold that's on here isn't even the main color on the body. They just stuck with the basic black that's on his regular ass skin and didn't change it. Like, it just looks like Ramattra's regular body armor. Sure, there are also some red highlights other than on the mask, like they also have this scarf and these random shoulder pads and knee pads and like foot pads, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't look good. The red just looks slapped on these random parts, and then they desaturated it for no reason and didn't keep any of these reds the same shade. There's also this random forest green that's on his body. Like, if it was just this cape, I would be okay with it. But they didn't do that. They just put it on the shoulder pads too, and then also this random-ass green cord on his staff. And speaking of his staff, why the hell did they make the orb this basic black color? Like, it doesn't fit the skin. They just took the color that they left on from Ramattra's original design, this random black, and just slapped it on there. We're like, that's a good orb look. No, it's not. It's like the designers for the skin just made the mask for the skin, and then they were like, okay, I guess we'll just randomly pick the rest of the colors out of a hat, and then we'll just slap them on random parts and call it a night well spent. Ramattra's punch form, or whatever you want to call it, is even worse at this, because now all of a sudden they decide they want to make this white the main color, but then instead of pairing it with the red, they paired it with the ugly-ass green from his cape that has no reason to be here. Nothing about this skin makes sense to me, and I know the Blizzard team can make a good Kabuki-themed skin because they already did it with Hanzo 5 years ago!
Downloading weed.exe.
Holy shit.
This next one is only slightly better than Kabuki to be, and it's mostly because of this stone armor. Taking a look at Ramattra's primordial skin from the Season 2 Battle Pass, this skin is just fine, I guess. It has the same glaring problem I have with Kabuki, where it just doesn't really replace the black armor, and poorly utilizes the gold in conjunction with other additional colors. I'm also just not that into the cracked mask. Like, it's definitely unique, but I don't think it drastically changes how this skin appeals to me. Despite the downsides, it does do some things better. Like how the armor is at least consistent with the stone look it has going on. And honestly, the staff is way better too. I like the solid gold here at the top with the stone covering the outer part. And then also pairing it with this magma. Speaking of the magma, it is a nice touch on this skin, but you only really notice it on the big boy form, where you can see it on the arms and on the legs here a bit. But even then, the stone is a bit overpowering to the point where you may not notice it. The gold is also way better on the punch form too than it is on the basic form. Primordial is an okay skin, and I would honestly call it mid because it quite literally is in the middle slot of my epic skin ranking. Here we have my favorite of Ramattra's epic skins, the Construction Ramattra base epic skin that you can get for 1,000 legacy credits in the Hero Gallery. This is really the best epic skin he has to me because they finally did something about the black armor and they actually made a coherent set of colors. They replaced almost all of the black armor with this shiny new silver, and then the parts they did leave behind have these very noticeable red highlights that make it really pop. Some other things I think are cool about this skin are the bits of construction tape like here on the legs and on the staff. And also, speaking of the staff, I really like the silver orb with the yellow stripes paired with this blue ring on the staff itself. The one thing I'm not that into is the orange on this skin. It makes sense with the construction theme, but honestly I feel it would have been better if it were a darker orange to more closely resemble things like traffic cones. The big boy form really points out how glaring the orange is, and it distracts from a lot of the other cooler parts of this skin to me. Apart from the orange, it's a decent epic skin, and by far his best one in my opinion. Now we can finally take a look at Ramattra's legendary outfits.
That's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Finally, taking a deep dive into his legendary skins, we have Ramattra's base legendary outfit, Wandering Monk. This, to me, is his worst legendary outfit for one really simple reason. It just feels incredibly basic. The only thing truly different about this design compared to the regular Ramattra look is that this skin has clothes on as well. Sure, the staff also has a different design too, but it's mostly just the fact that he's wearing a different set of clothes. The real unique look comes into play with the punch form, where Ramattra keeps up the wooden look that his new staff has. It's definitely unique, but I just don't like the punch form here that much either. It's got so many different patterns on it that it just feels overwhelming for me to look at for too long. Back to his staff form, it's really just Ramattra wearing tattered old clothes. The staff being wooden is cool, but I also don't like the blacked out orb here. It just doesn't feel like it fits that well with the wood that's here. It's great that Ramattra's got a skin that dives into his lore, but overall this skin is just not a good look to me.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new...
I like that the highlights are blue now instead of red, and the darker wood on the staff is a better design choice to me. Also, the orb on the staff has a better design now that it isn't entirely blacked out like it was on Wandering Monk. Still, though, it's mostly the blue highlights instead of the red.
Oh, man. Oh!
Taking third place for this ranking, we have the shop-exclusive Biohazard skin. I think the thing I like most about this design is the overall theme of this mad scientist turned monster. It's very sleek and different from his original design, and does a great job selling its look. However, it's still not that good of a skin to me because it only really sells one of these looks. I like the glowy green effects and ooze, but this white doctor robes and the really bland gray staff here aren't that appealing. So this look isn't really that good to me. What is appealing, though, and looks good to me, is the punch form on this skin, where he gets all hulked out and gains giant purple limbs. This shit is really cool. The syringes here are also a nice touch. Like, it makes you think that they're gonna reach out and prick you with them and turn you into a giant monster too, or something like that. He's even got broken off chains on his wrists and ankles, like he just broke out of a government facility. This punch form is amazing! This regular doctor guy, though, is not amazing. The second best legendary skin for Ramattra on my ranking goes to the other shop-exclusive legendary outfit Ramattra has, Necromancer. I really enjoy this undead look given to Ramattra here, and I'm a big fan of all the bones that they add on this skin. The one thing I don't like about this staff form, though, is the orb on the staff. It would have really sold the Necromancer design if they had just changed the color of this interior purple on the orb to match the glowy green effect here. It just boggles my mind that the Overwatch design team didn't do that, and we know that the designers for these skins have changed the color of the orb because they've done it on other skins we've already looked at. Moving on, though, the sickest part of the skin has got to be this punch form. The glowy green effect is way more noticeable than before, and he's even got like this sick green fire that comes off the candles here, that's on his bones and on his back. And the bones are also just floating here, which is sick. Everything about this form in particular just screams badass. Necromancer is a really solid Ramattra skin, but unfortunately it isn't my number one. I'm sure you guys all saw this coming, but if you didn't, my favorite Ramattra legendary is his Season 2 Battle Pass exclusive, the Poseidon outfit. I honestly don't think there's anything I really hate or even dislike about this outfit. There's so many unique bits and pieces, and yet none of them feel out of place or overloading. It's just all very solid and comes together quite nicely. I like the spiky shell armor all over him. I like the octopus tentacle hair that he's got. This golden webbed crown. This white beard goes really hard. I love the overall blue skin and the highlights that are glowing here. The teal cape is awesome, both on this side and the interior. And I really wish they had made this staff an actual trident and didn't only do it for an emote, but considering how the general shape of his weapon is, I can see why they didn't. The punch form on this skin is really one of his best, and it truly is his best, to be honest. It just ups the quality of all the things I just described on his staff form and bumps them up to an 11. I like how on this form that he has underneath the armor, his body just looks like it's made out of water, which is really cool. The shell armor got even spikier and even more golden. There's a ton of different kinds of sea creature armor all on his arms, like there's random seashells, like what looks like the hide of some creatures, a conch shell on his back, the tentacles come out. It just looks crazy. This skin clearly had a lot of effort put into it, and I think it's most definitely deserving of the number one spot on this ranking for my favorite Ramattra legendary. Hey there! Before I end this video, I just wanted to say that if you made it this far through the ranking, I want to give you a personal shout out. If you like this video, then go ahead and hit the like button for me, and while you're at it, make sure you check out some of my other content on this channel. If you really enjoyed this or any of my other videos, do me a huge favor and hit that sub button so you don't miss out on any future content. Next time we do one of these skin rankings, it will be for a support hero. We've already done rankings for Zenyatta, Ana, and Moira, so any of the other supports are up for grabs. Make sure you leave a comment down below about which support you want to see get ranked next, because this series is ultimately decided by you, the viewers. So if you don't pick, I do, and you may not like who I end up picking. Also, some quick channel news. I'm going to try a new editing software and a new game for this channel to use for that said software. It may take some time for me to figure out this new software as well as this new game I'm going to try. So if I like it enough to use permanently, I'll use this new software and that video will be up in the coming weeks. But until then, I will be continuing to post Let's Play content and more skin rankings while I do this other stuff. So until next time, peace out.